fire ships. They needed a place to hide them, and did so in the numerous caves of the Giza Plateau, as well as in the mountains, where ships are believed to have landed, and the desert. The goal was to hide as much equipment and as many people as possible. According to my research, the Giza Plateau is made up of approximately 7 levels. The Egyptian funerary texts give the same number. For example, an engraving at Karnak shows a door divided into 7 parts that would symbolize the different levels of the underground Kaigal of the Giza Plateau. According to my research, in certain excerpts of the funerary texts, the first level is for prisoners. The gods lived in the Kaigal, and the first level was for prisoners. People of the court also lived on this level. Some ships were probably there as well. The second level housed gardens in the gods' flock. Some parts bathed in the Underground Nile, which is regularly mentioned in funerary texts, such as that of the Amduri. This portion of the Nile runs underground, parallel to the main river, from the delta until Aswan, at least. It's huge and very long. From the north to Aswan, it is said to be full of caves. The third level housed the hybrids, Egyptian gods coupled with humans, and this level was dedicated to their offspring, the hybrids that were half god, half human. Humans may also have lived there. The fourth housed the Egyptian god royalty. The entire royal court lived on the fourth level. There is something important to remember about the 7 levels of the Kaigal. They weren't organized like the floors of a building. Some levels intermingled, some bathed in the Underground Nile. They are not organized homogeneously and cannot be compared to those of a building. The underground was huge. The caves were originally sculpted by water from the Mediterranean, which engulfed Egypt and the plateau on several occasions. The technology that allowed all the levels to breathe was on the 5th level of the Kaigal. There must have been a technology that created an artificial atmosphere. The deeper you go into Earth, the harder it becomes to breathe. Engineers in charge of running the system also lived there. The 6th level housed the arsenal and probably the gods' vessels. The last level, the 7th, was not very big and housed the power generator. It supplied the different levels with all the power they needed. In addition to the artificial atmosphere, there was light streaming in from the ceiling of each level. The generator on the 6th level allowed the simulation of a sky on each level.
If this is true, what happened after the Irma left and the Osiris clan took over?
When the Anuna settled the Earth, the Nungal established residency at the Giza Plateau. To summarize for those who don't know, the Anuna are led by Enlil, set to the Egyptians, while the Nungal, the great princes, are led by Enki, i.e. Osiris. After the departure of Irma, Osiris took over the premises, which progressively became the residence of the sh+t, or the Nungal.
Some experts believe the clan of Osiris was able to create massive amounts of energy around the Giza Plateau once he took over the base.
The Egyptian relationship with energy is embodied in the Pillar of Djed, a very specific hieroglyph that is often associated with water. There is a lot of water flowing underneath the Giza Plateau in the Underground Nile. The ancient Egyptians, the gods, could have generated incredible power by harnessing the interaction between water and the Djed. Representations of the Djed often feature water. It happens very frequently. I think they were able to generate a shield around the Giza site that could protect them from attacks. They were frequently attacked by the Set's forces. the infamous Anuna, both at the plateau where they lived and in Atlantis.
If our explorers could descend past some of the first levels of the Giza Plateau to verify that, indeed, large, deep, underground military bases were created, along with networks spanning across India and Europe, what would we be able to find?